This short film presents mainstream archaeological and literary scholarship. These parallels are well documented in academic journals and formidable sources worldwide. However, as touchy and sensitive as this subject may be to many, it remains an ongoing scholarly and theological discussion. Shall we begin?
Beginning in the 19th century, archaeological discoveries across the ancient Near East revealed something remarkable. Many biblical narratives shared striking similarities with far older texts from Mesopotamia, Egypt, and Canaan. This isn't a story of plagiarism, but rather of how ancient scribes participated in a rich, shared cultural tradition of the ancient world, the flood narrative. The most famous parallel is the flood story. In 1872, George Smith stunned the world by translating the Epic of Gilgamesh, written around 21 BCE, over a millennium before the Hebrew Bible was compiled. Creation accounts. Genesis creation accounts show clear parallels to the Babylonian Enuma Elish, circa 1750 BCE. Both begin with watery chaos, feature the separation of waters above and below, and follow a similar sequence of creative acts. The Hebrew word Tohim, deep, even echoes the Babylonian goddess Tiamat. Yet the Hebrew version transformed these elements dramatically. Where Babylonian gods battle chaotically, Genesis presents one sovereign deity creating through speech alone, a theological revolution that reinterprets familiar ancient motifs. Judaic Abraham, aka Sumerian Abram, was fashioned after the Sumerian god Enki. Egyptian influences. Psalms 104 bears remarkable resemblance to the great hymn to Aten, composed during Pharaoh's reign, 1353 to 1336 BCE. Circa 1100 BCE, we can't forget the story of the baby Moses floating in the boat of tar and reed. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that has been adapted as well. The birth of Hebraic Moses was fashioned after Sargon, 2334 BC to 2279 BC. The priestess mother of Sargon set him upon the Euphrates in a basket, being found by a gardener. The famous Code of Hammurabi, 1750 BCE, predates Moses' law and shares numerous parallels. Yet again, Hebrew scribes adapted rather than copied, often humanizing harsh ancient laws. Where Hammurabi prescribed death for theft, biblical laws require restitution. Where Babylonian law favored the upper classes, biblical law repeatedly insists on protecting the vulnerable, the widow, orphans, and strangers. Understanding the process. These parallels do not diminish the Bible's significance. They illuminate it. Ancient scribes weren't plagiarists, but participants in a vast, interconnected cultural conversation spanning millennia.
The Hebrew scribe's genius lay not in creating stories from nothing, but in reinterpreting ancient wisdom through their revolutionary monotheistic framework. They took the shared stories of humanity and infused them with new meaning, emphasizing justice, covenant, and the dignity of all humans as made in the divine image.
Understanding these connections does not destroy faith. It enriches our appreciation of how human cultures have always shared, adapted, and built upon each other's wisdom in the endless human quest to understand our place in the cosmos. I thank you for your time and patience. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And do not miss the next episode of Beyond Revelation. Light, speed,